Hey, what's up everybody? True Boxing here. Thank you for coming back to get hit with the truth. So today we are doing the 2023 top 10s, and we are going to look at my #1 super featherweight in the world right now at 130 pounds, the reigning WBO champion, Emanuel Navarrette, and then we will also look at the state of the 130 pound division once I'm done with that. Now, before we get into all that, if you can smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel, I really do appreciate any and all support that I can get as I continue to build my channel here. So this fight right here, so Navarrette entered the year not ranked at 130. He was the #1 fighter at 126 and the reigning WBO featherweight champion. But the vacant WBO title was up for grabs. Navarrette was interested in moving up and fighting Oscar Valdez for the vacant belt. Valdez had to pull out of the fight due to an injury, and Navarrete would instead fight for the vacant title against undefeated Australian Liam Wilson. He would attempt to become a 3-division world champ with this fight. But it ended up being tougher than expected, as Wilson would put Navarrete down earlier in the fight, I think in the 3rd or 4th round. Navarrete would get up and he would methodically break down Liam Wilson and stop him in the 9th round impressively to capture the WBO title and become a 3-division world champion. I think he was only the 10th Mexican-born fighter to ever accomplish winning championships in 3 different weight classes. So it was a big moment for him. Then in August, he would fight Oscar Valdez, the former 2-division champ, in an all-Mexican showdown. Valdez, this was viewed to be a big-time showdown right here, where a lot of people were expecting a war. I thought Navarrete was going to do exactly what he did, and he just did it better. I thought the fight would be closer, but Emanuel Navarrete, in my opinion, put on the fight of his career, performance of his career, and got the biggest win of his career as he dominated Oscar Valdez over 12 rounds to what I thought was about a 10 rounds to 2 unanimous decision victory, as he beat up Oscar Valdez, leaving no doubt, and retaining the WBO title. Then he would return one more time in November and take on Robson Conceição of Brazil. And this is where I thought he made a big mistake, because Conceição is a pure boxer, but he had not fought really outside of a 2-round no contest in over a year. And Navarrete had thrown in his previous bout over 1,000 punches against Oscar Valdez. And in this one, he got doubled in punches by a 35-year-old fighter in Conceição. And outworked overall over 12 rounds. But he also scored 2 key knockdowns that really helped him on the scorecards. And when the scorecards came back, they called it a draw, as Navarrete would retain his title with a draw against Conceição. It definitely dampened the year for Navarrete, because Navarrete had his sights set on possibly moving up to lightweight and challenging for the championship there. Now he's going to get surgery on his hand to repair his hand. He should be back early in the year, but it's kind of up in the air what he wants to do. Will he stay here and rematch Conceição to leave no doubt? Or will he move up to 135 and fight for the vacant WBO title up there? I still think he's waiting around to see what's going to go on with Vasily Lomachenko. If Lomachenko's going to get the opportunity to fight for 1 or 2 belts, 2 of the vacant titles that Devin Haney gave up. We know that he is likely going to fight George Kambosos next, but I think Conceição in Top Rank, Lomachenko in Top Rank, are trying to secure that both the WBO and IBF titles be on the line for Lomachenko, and then maybe he fight the #1 contender in the WBO following that. But we really don't know for sure what's going to go down with that as of yet. I think Navarrete, for pride, should fight Conceição in a rematch. I think a fully rested Emanuel Navarrete can have the same work rate, if not better, than Conceição or much to the work rate he had against Oscar Valdez. And I think he needs that for his legacy to leave no doubt before moving up to 135. I think he could definitely get Lomachenko still in a big-time fight, but we'll see. So we'll see what happens with Emanuel Navarrette, but that's pretty much it on his year. He's 28 years old, 38 1-1, 31 knockouts. So he's still rolling, and he is definitely the top guy at 130 with no doubt. He left no doubt by beating Oscar Valdez. You can argue Robson Conceição now, you definitely can. But the fact that Navarrete has done more in his career and was the champion and is still the champion following that fight, you gotta still call Navarrete the top dog. So now the state of the 130-pound division heading into 2024. This is a division that I think definitely got better, but it's still kind of open. You got some new faces. You got Lamont Roach as the new WBA champion. You got Emanuel Navarrete is the reigning 3-division world champ, but he captured his title this year. Joe Cordina regained his belt. And O'Shaquie Foster made his splash. So the champions, you know, we could see unification this year, but I don't know for sure. I think if we see unification, it might be the WBO and the WBC belts because they're both with top rank. But I just think we're going to see some good battles this year at 130. I really do. I think it's an exciting division. You got Lee Wood, potentially Josh Warrington moving up into the weight class. Mark Magsayo's new to the weight class. I think it's going to provide for some exciting new matchups, and then we could also see a couple good rematches. For instance, Rakhimov and Cordina, and also Lamont Roach and Hector Luis Garcia, and Navarrete Conceição too. So we'll see what happens. But I'm looking forward to seeing the year. I definitely think we could have a new #1 at the end of the year, especially if Navarrete decides to move up. And then I think it's kind of open to be taken after that. So we'll see what goes down, but that's it. That's what I got. That is my #1 super featherweight in the world right now, the reigning WBO champion, Emanuel Navarrete, and also the state of the 130-pound super featherweight division, as my 2023 top 10s continue. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, smash the like button, leave a comment, or subscribe to the channel. I appreciate any and all support. This is True Boxing. You've been hit with the truth.